talking, Larry, a moment ago about Mayor Pete's systemic vision for dealing with systematic racism.
Well, we need to have a systemic vision for dismantling systemic racism. I've put it forward. It's called the Douglas Plan, and it's not only about criminal justice reform.
Got a plan for dismantling racism.
Yeah.
Taking federal action to lead the way in decarcerating this country. But
in decarcerating. You ever heard that word before?
Well, I'm still stuck on the Douglas Plan. I'm so impressed with the name.
Letting people out of prison, decarcerate.
Yeah, it's the opposite of incarcerate.
I guess.
I don't know.
Now, Joe Biden, on the other hand, is blaming white voters for why he lost in Iowa.
He complimented me very highly and then said, "What the hell's the matter with your campaign?" It's a good question. I said, no, it's a legitimate question. It's a little bit good. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Number one of the things that we knew the most difficult when they did all the crosstab stuff. One of the four most difficult states for me to win was going to be in Iowa, because they're good people. It's all white, it's all Midwestern, it's a lot of it farming.
Okay, so they're good people, but they're all white.
It took him
therefore
it took him a long time to say it, but he did.
Well, Mayor Pete has a plan for dismantling systematic racism. Is Joe Biden accusing the white voters in Iowa of engaging in systematic racism?
No, at the last minute he says they are a bunch of good people. He said that. He slipped it in there.
They're good people. They're just racist.
They
didn't support Cory Booker. They didn't support Kamala Harris.
You'd have to ask him for sure, Larry. I don't know.
Kamala said the reason that she didn't do well is because the country's not used to a black female, and even though the country was used to a black male, when they got
that's just
Obama,
racism, Larry. That's just racism.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Dave is in Irvington, New Jersey. Dave, you're on with Larry and Larry. Dave, always nice to hear from you.
Oh, the pleasure is mine. Except that I'm no longer in Irvington now. I'm in a city called West Orange.
Ah. I used to have a girlfriend from East Orange when I was in college.
Yeah, we're next door neighbors. Larry and Larry, I want to say to Larry Pearson first before I make my comment. It's too bad that I don't live in the same state as you, because I would vote for you in a heartbeat.
Oh, thank you, sir. Yeah, that means I might have to run for something though, so we'll have to see about that. Thank you.
Yes, I wanted your take, both Larry and Larry, on this Mason Rudolph, Myles Garrett saga. Personally, I think that Myles Garrett is playing the race card to the hilt here. Excuse me a minute, just dealing with a cough.
Right.
Because all the evidence is clear. I mean, the NFL, they reviewed tape after tape, and no one can seem to find the racial slur.
Dave, furthermore, when the incident happened, when Myles Garrett had a chance, when asked after the game, did he say something to provoke you? He didn't say. He said the N-word. He said nothing. He said, no, he didn't say anything to provoke me. And then days later, all of a sudden, he remembered, my goodness, this white guy called me the N-word. I can't believe I didn't remember a little while ago. and Dave, get this: Mason Rudolph has a black coach who stands by Mason Rudolph. So
and half the team and half his teammates are black.
What white backup quarterback barely got a job is going to refer to an opposing player in a league that's 70% black as the N-word? Really?
Yeah, he's happy to be a backup quarterback. He ain't going to say anything.
Dave,
like that.
Thank you very much for the call. Really appreciate it. Lindy is in South Carolina. Lindy, you're on with Larry and Larry.
Hello, Larry. I'm so glad I got to talk to you. And I'm going to tell you what I got to say. I'm worried about after we elect Trump this next time and he's through, would you run for president?
Would I run?
We're going to have a backup here. You know?
Have a backup. Well, Lindy, I always say whenever anybody asks me that, two things are happening, both are bad. I could lose and I could win.
Take your pick.
You let this little old grandma here in South Carolina and let us know, and all the grandmas I know will be behind you all the way.
Wow. Well, Lindy, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. That is so sweet. Thank you for that, Lindy. Wow. What do I say now?
Yeah.
Well, what does Annie in Virginia has to say? Annie, you're on with Larry and Larry. How you doing, Annie?
Yes, I've spoke to you already, Larry. I appreciate it. I listen to you really quite often. But anyway, I came from Britain, and I am a legal alien. And I feel what they're doing right now to those illegal aliens is a crime against humanity. Personally, I would like to talk to the whole bunch of them. I mean, I speak English, but I don't speak Spanish, but I'd be glad to work with an interpreter and tell them what they're doing. The stupid Democrats, what they're doing to these people. It's a crime. I wouldn't want it done to me. I came over legal. I was already vetted in Great Britain before I came over. And I got saved in this United States of America. America is the greatest country in the world because it's one nation under God. And unfortunately, in 1874, actually 1871, the Democrats got in touch with Karl Marx and decided they were going to have a peaceful takeover. If you study the Britannica 1949, you'll see where it's at.
All right, Annie, I've got my marching orders. I'm on top of it. Here's my question. How's your New Year's resolution going so far? I'm talking about the one you made to get out of pain. You know, your back, your shoulder, your hip, your knee pain. I predict if that was your resolution, by ordering the 3-week quick start, you will be able to achieve